My name is Sharmone.
I've seen you turn on tears out of nowhere. That takes a special type of gift to do that. So what makes you turn on the tears in a split second? I want to know it all. Like, please tell me a bit about yourself.
I'm actually an emotional person. I believe that people have strength when they show tears. It's showing their true emotions, as opposed to, as one would say, holding it in and keeping things within yourself. So, for me, I do cry a lot. I cry a lot of the time, but I cry not because I've got problems or because there's something wrong with me. Sometimes if I just feel emotional, I could be watching something on the television and it will touch me and I'll shed a tear.
Just when I've been seeing your work and what you do, and I want to definitely get to know more about you, because we've got a play coming up for the 4th of October.
Yep.
And you're one of the main actors in the play, and for me you're powerful. I'd love to know more about yourself. I'd love to know about the play, why the play was created. Okay,
so the play is called Umbilical, and it was devised for myself and an amazing colleague of mine called Lloyd Curtis. He's an amazing scriptwriter and a fantastic friend. Basically, I am an avid fan. I don't know, I'm going to plug this, of Coronation Street. That's the only soap I watch. And from there was a scene where a black family and a black lady was pregnant. And to cut long story short, she was treated appallingly through her pregnancy from the NHS professionals. So much so, she nearly died. And from watching that, a light bulb moment went into my head, because I work in social care. So I've known about the fact of the kind of sort of issue or stigma that black people don't feel pain as much as white people, and we're resilient to all that kind of stuff. And I've known about it, but I didn't really touch on it until I saw the scenes that I was watching, and I was like, wow, this is real. And I thought the next show we do, I want to maybe do something around promoting and highlighting the fact of the people of colour, the kind of traumatic experiences they go through, which it should be one of the most amazing experiences when you're giving birth to a child. You're bringing life into the world, and you shouldn't be surrounded by trauma and etc. So basically, I spoke to Lloyd about it, and I said, look, when our next show, we got to do something around this. So we spoke about it, and we decided to create this show, which is from an interfamily racial side of things, where you've got the grandfather, the father, and the son. Mm-hmm. So although it affected directly the mothers and the women, it was based around how it affects also the partners, the extended family, because they also get treated appallingly within the professional services. We make ourselves heard. We're classed as being aggressive. Mm-hmm. We're classed as, oh, you people, we do, and the way we're kind of spoken to. And I'm not going to say it's always. It does. There are some fantastic NHS services in this country. Mm-hmm. Please don't get me wrong. My wife is an NHS specialist, and the NHS have been absolutely fantastic to me. Mm. But there are also good and bad apples in every profession. Mm. And what I'm just highlighting is the issues that people of colour that have experienced, and these are real life issues. We've had mothers come to our men only safe space and tell their story of what happened to them through giving birth to their child, and how it's still affecting them. So, and from there, we are going to be doing our first ever live performance, which has females in the show, bearing in mind we're all male group, on Saturday the 4th of October at the Streatham Library. We got 2 sold out performances, 11 till 12:30 p.m. and then 2 to 3:30 p.m. And you may be able to get a ticket on Eventbrite.
Fantastic. And listen, I've got to tell you, it's an amazing play. Even when I joined the group, you were just still kind of putting the format and the formula for the play together, and for me, it blew me away. Just not only the storyline, but also the level of acting as well. That really touched me. And it also opened a lot of wounds as well. When I thought about just watching the play, the relationship between the father and the son, the grandfather, and his son and his grandchild. And it just got me thinking about my relationship and my relationships with my son and my father. I have such an amazing relationships with them, but it's also about the moments of pain, because I realize that my son will tend to go into his own isolation when he's in these moments of, his trials and his tribulations, and my father will bottle it up as well. And so it got me thinking about the importance of just talking, expressing the moments of hugs, the pain that people go through. And when we don't have someone to turn to, this is when breakdowns happen. And so the play is an amazing play for all different reasons. Sometimes in life, right, you watch a film and that film means something to you at that particular point in your life, and then you watch it 10 years later, and it's like you've just watched a completely different film because it means something different to you based upon where you are at that particular time in your life. So every time I've kind of watched the play in rehearsal, it means different things to me at different points, and I think that's what makes it powerful. It has so many different messages within the play. So tell me about your role in the play. Who are you and what happens? I know you can't, divulge everything, but just give us a teaser.
Okay, so I play Dwight, and I'm in the middle between my father, who is very old school, and my son, who is about to have his first child. So there is a few twists in the play. So I don't want to give too much away, especially there is a cliffhanger, an EastEnder moment, do. And like I said, you've mentioned it fantastically, Kevin. It's just, although it's about highlighting a serious issue that still goes on within the Western world, there are also other aspects on how different generations bond and communicate. As in my dad, Elijah, very old school. Still watching his cricket, drinking his Guinness, and doesn't understand about technology. So there are other aspects in the actual play itself, and also the NHS professionals, how they actually deal with patients within the hospitals, and it goes right through to security guards. So there's so much within this live performance, and I must say, all our performances at the BMC 100 are non-scripted, which makes it even more powerful, the fact that we do rehearse clearly, but when we do our performances, although not every single performance is going to be the same because it's non-scripted, it makes it more powerful because it's real life scenarios and we know exactly what we're doing because we are professionals.